Hi everyone, Jackie Rainforth from Rainmakers Business Solutions. We're a customized training company specializing in soft skills in the areas of sales, leadership, customer service, culture, and communication. Last week we talked about how do you rate as a boss. And it wasn't about giving you a specific number and how do you rate as a boss. It was about twigging thought. Thought on how would I rate as a boss? How would my employees see me? If you're a leader and you've got supervisors and managers in your organization, how would they rate? Well, today we're going to take it from a different perspective. Today we're going to look at different things that you can do to strengthen your teams. And stronger teams have increased engagement. They have higher energy levels and enthusiasm. They've got happier team members. And of course, they're more loyal and dedicated to their team leader. So let's look at a few things that you can do to create that kind of environment on your team. The first thing you can do is create a vision. Now, most companies will have a vision for the organization and they'll have it on a plaque and put it on a wall somewhere. And that's great. But if you're a team, you run a team or you've got supervisory skills or you're a department head and you've got people working underneath you, why not create a vision for your team and talk about how everyone's efforts and actions contribute to the vision, which will then contribute to the organization's vision? I mean, everyone wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Everyone wants to do something that has a great effect and positiveness out in the world, right? Like, we all want to be part of that. So, why not talk about your team and how their contribution, their efforts, their ideas and creativity, and all the good things that they do, how that will contribute to your customers, to the organization, and even to themselves. Because let's face it, if a company is successful, it comes back to them in terms of profit share, bonuses. Who knows? Even, if there's more money to go around, maybe you get a new coffee pot or a new soda machine. Who knows? But it is all good stuff with all good results and all good benefits. So talk about those things and don't just talk about it once. It's kind of like a TV commercial. As consumers, we have to see that TV commercial 10 times before we identify with the product. Vision is the same thing. You need to be talking about it daily and bringing it up in conversation and giving the attaboys to your team for the good things that they're doing. And that's a big thing. Those attaboys, recognizing and congratulating people on their efforts and the good things that they do, that is probably one of the biggest things that you can do to create loyalty and dedication on your team and to create a more inspired, happier, more productive team. When you see good things, speak about it. Tell people. Tell the person that they're doing a great job. It will do wonders in terms of the whole culture within your team. Another thing that they can do is define what acceptable behavior is. When you see, behavior that you're not happy with, make sure you put it out there. Don't put it out there in a negative way. Just tell a story. Tell a story about, how you once worked for a guy who lost his temper on the job site and called everybody names, every, name under the book, and how it made you feel when you were that guy. How do you think it makes other people feel? Share your experience and stories with people. You'll be surprised at how much, stories are magnificent because when you story tell, it's coming from a genuine, authentic place. You're telling about your experience. You're not giving a set of guidelines, do this, do that, whatever. Stories are a great way to get your point across, to create engagement, and to have your team buy in to whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So, storytell. Do the attaboys and make sure that you are, defining your vision for your team. Another thing that you can do is walk the talk. One of the best things you can do to get buy in from your team is get out there with them. If it's on a job site, spend a day on the job site. If it's in the warehouse, spend a day with them in the warehouse picking orders. If it's a sales job, if you're a sales manager, get out there with your salespeople. Go out on calls. One, it's going to do amazing things for you personally because it's a change, it's a challenge, and you might learn things that you would never ever learn if you didn't get out and do it. And I'll tell you something, you'll probably find that you're going to have a lot of fun. But what it does for the employee is that it shows that you're willing to get out of that ivory tower and work with them and have fun with them and laugh with them and join the cause, see that, join their efforts and join the contribution that is working towards that higher vision of the organization. Another thing that you can do is have one-on-one conversations, both informal and formal. And what I'm talking about is leave your office, leave that executive wing and go talk to people. Go sit by the water cooler and find out, genuinely, authentically, have an interest in your employees. Don't talk about business, talk about them. Find out what's important to them, understand their values, find out about their families and what gives them joy and what they like to do and what sport organization they like. You will be shocked at the loyalty and dedication that comes from employees when you open yourself up and you talk to them and you build one-on-one rapport with them. It's amazing the great things that can happen. And what you'll find is that there are some really interesting people out there. And what a gift. What a gift to know some of the people and some of the great things that you do. There was one guy in one company that I worked with. I didn't know this. He ran marathons. He ran marathons all over the world. It was his true joy and inspiration. And isn't that awesome? I mean, I just found it so fascinating. I found it fabulous. And in the end, the company actually supported him and sponsored him in some of those things. I mean, wow. It just speaks volumes for a company when bosses, supervisors, team people, team members can do that for each other. It's really a good thing. Another thing that you can do is have formal conversations with your people. So often, you can have performance reviews. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about having them come in and sit down, sit in a neutral place. It doesn't have to be in your office. Sit in their office and say, hey, how are things? If you could list the top 3 things that are working for you, what would they be? And find out what they say. Then say, well, what 3 things aren't working for you in this organization? How can I make your life better as a team player on my team and on the, within this company? What can we do? What can I do to make your life better? Who knows? They might not open up with you depending on, the level, but you're at least making the effort. And who knows, you might get some really valuable feedback in return. Great ideas. Successful leaders know how to do this, and they take the time to focus on their people and to do those formal and informal one-on-one conversations. Another thing that you can do is provide management training or provide training for your staff. What's happening in the world is, in the business world, the face of business, it's becoming a flatter organizational world in terms of opportunities. Because of lean management and all the things that are going on, there are fewer and fewer opportunities for advancement for employees. So when they do have those opportunities, it's a big deal. And millennials, they need that. They need career development and growth. On multiple surveys, that's one of the things that comes up over and over and over again, that they want career advancement. They want to be part of something bigger, that vision that we were talking about. And again, what are some of the things that you can do to help advance their career? Could it be a mentorship program? I worked at a company once where they had a formal mentorship program where you could go to that mentor, talk to them about anything and get their feedback and find out, what's important, how to do things, the little things that they could be embarrassed. I know I was embarrassed to even ask about. I think that's a great plan. That's a way that you can advance their career without giving them a new title but making them feel like they're learning, making them feel like they've got opportunity for growth. And that's really important. Another thing that you could do is actually ask them, what areas are important to you? What would you like to see in terms of career advancement? Maybe it's a computer course. Maybe it's a management course where they want to move up. maybe you never know. Everybody has different needs, wants, and goals. You never know what those things could be. Maybe they want to, I don't know. Who knows? But ask the question. Find out from them. How do you see your career going? How can I help you? Is there anything I can do to make your life better here at our organization? When you ask these questions, when you do these things, successful leaders know that it dramatically increases engagement and enthusiasm within the team. The team playing, the interaction, the culture that's created, everything exponentially increases in many, many good ways. So try it. Try to strengthen your team doing some of those things and see if it works for you. Just putting it out there. If you like what we're talking about today, follow me on LinkedIn, share my video with somebody else, or check us out on rainmakersgroup.ca. Thanks. Have a great day. Hope everything goes well. Hope you're building a much stronger team every day. Bye-bye.